Noah Carter used to believe that being open was the same thing as being honest. He grew up in a small town outside Columbus, Ohio, where people waved at strangers and everyone knew everyone's business by Sunday afternoon. When something good happened, you shared it. When something broke you, you talked about it. That's how Noah was raised. So when life started throwing punches, he talked. A lot. He talked to friends, coworkers, strangers at bars, and most of all, online. Every heartbreak, every setback, every half-healed wound found its way into words. He thought sharing meant healing. He thought transparency meant strength. Sometimes it did. Sometimes it didn't. At 26, Noah moved to Austin, Texas, chasing a tech job and a fresh start. New city, new people, new energy. He rented a small apartment with thin walls and cheap carpet, the kind of place that smelled like old paint and new hope. That's where he met Marcus Reed, his neighbor from across the hall. Marcus was different, quiet, observant, the kind of guy who listened more than he spoke. He worked construction during the day, kept his headphones on at night, and never really explained himself. One evening, after a long week, Noah and Marcus ended up on the apartment rooftop, sitting on lawn chairs with cheap beer between them. The city lights buzzed below, alive and restless. Noah talked. He talked about his breakup with Lena, how he'd trusted too fast, loved too hard. He talked about his fear of failing in a new city, about feeling behind in life while everyone else seemed to be winning. He talked until his throat felt dry. Marcus nodded, took a sip, stayed quiet. After a long pause, Marcus said, "Man, you ever notice how some chapters ain't meant for the crowd?" Noah laughed. "Guess I just don't know how to keep things in." Marcus looked out over the city. "Yeah," he said. "I used to think that too." Weeks passed. Noah kept sharing. At work, he told coworkers about his anxiety. At parties, he joked about being kind of a mess right now. Online, he posted cryptic quotes, half-stories, raw emotions. People listened. People reacted. But something felt off. Some folks used his vulnerability like gossip. Others offered advice they didn't understand. A few disappeared once the story stopped being entertaining. Then came the night everything shifted. Noah got laid off. No warning, no drama, just a calm meeting room, a rehearsed apology, and a cardboard box for his desk stuff. By the time he got home, his phone was buzzing, messages from people who had already heard. "Damn, man, saw your post. You okay? Everything happens for a reason, bro." He hadn't even posted yet. That's when it hit him. Not everyone asking about your story actually deserves to read it. That night, he didn't go online. He didn't call anyone. He just sat in his apartment, lights off, city noise leaking through the window. The next morning, he ran into Claire Thompson at a coffee shop downtown. Claire was someone he'd met through mutual friends. Sharp, calm, mid-30s, the kind of woman who spoke carefully but honestly. She noticed the tired look on his face. "Rough day?" she asked. Noah opened his mouth, ready to unload everything like he always did. Then he stopped. He took a breath. "Yeah," he said, "but I'm figuring it out." Claire smiled slightly. "That's usually the part people don't talk about," she said. "The figuring it out part." They sat in silence for a moment. Claire stirred her coffee. "You know," she said, "I lost my dad 5 years ago. Didn't tell anyone for months." Noah looked at her, surprised. "People think silence means weakness," she continued. "Sometimes it just means you're still writing." That line stayed with him. Over the next few months, Noah changed. Not loudly, not dramatically, just quietly. He stopped explaining himself to everyone. He stopped posting every feeling. He learned how to sit with pain without broadcasting it. He still talked, but only to a few. To Marcus sometimes, to Claire occasionally, to himself mostly. Life didn't magically fix itself. He worked freelance gigs. He got rejected. He doubted himself. He felt lonely on weekends and unsure on Mondays. But something inside him grew steadier. One night, months later, Marcus knocked on his door. "Got a job offer," Marcus said, smiling for the first time in a long while. They sat on the rooftop again. Same city, same cheap beer. Noah didn't share every detail of his struggle. He didn't need to. Marcus looked at him and said, "You different lately." Noah nodded. "Yeah, learned something." "What's that?" Noah looked out at the city lights. "Not every chapter is public. Some are just for growth. Some are just for survival." Marcus raised his bottle. "To the unwritten pages," he said. Noah clinked his bottle against his. For the first time, he didn't feel the need to explain the moment. Some stories aren't meant to be spoken out loud. They're meant to be lived, quietly, fully, and on your own time. And that's okay. Growth begins with awareness. Like this video if you're ready to grow, and subscribe for more powerful lessons every week.